Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped yourself in the middle of a dream and thought, why me? Why would I be the one to make it? Maybe it's a new career, a bold idea, or a personal challenge, and suddenly self-doubt creeps in. But today I want you to flip that script. Instead of asking why me, ask why not me? The power of the question. Imagine a world where curiosity ceases to exist, where no one dares to ask why, or what if a world where we simply accept what is without ever challenging the status quo? Now contrast that with the reality we live in today, a reality shaped by the relentless power of questions. From the greatest scientific breakthroughs to the simplest personal growth, everything begins with a single question. Questions are more than words, they are the spark that ignites innovation, discovery, and progress. Think about the profound changes in history that started with someone asking a bold question. What lies beyond the horizon? Gave birth to exploration. Can we reach the stars propelled us into space? Even the question, what if I could communicate with someone across the globe, revolutionized our world with technology that connects billions in an instant? But let's bring it closer to home. How often do we stop and question our own lives? How often do we ask ourselves, am I truly happy, or is this the best I can be? These aren't just idle musings. They are the compass guiding us to live with purpose, to strive for something greater. Asking the right questions can lead us out of complacency and into a life of fulfillment and meaning. Yet, asking questions isn't always easy. It takes courage to challenge what's comfortable, to face the unknown, to risk being wrong. But therein lies the beauty. In questioning, we grow, we learn, we evolve. The act of questioning isn't about having all the answers, it's about opening ourselves to new possibilities, to wonder, and to the endless potential of human thought. Every great innovator, leader, and visionary has been driven by the relentless pursuit of answers to difficult questions. They didn't settle for that's just the way it is. Instead, they asked, why not? They dared to imagine something different, something better. And in doing so, they transformed their world and ours. So let us not underestimate the power of a question. Let us embrace it, nurture it, and use it as a tool to shape our future. Because the moment we stop asking questions is the moment we stop growing. And growth is the essence of life. Challenge the limits society sets. We live in a world where limits are everywhere. They are in the rules we follow, the expectations we inherit, and the whispers of doubt we hear. Society often tells us who we should be, what we can achieve, and how far we can go. It tells us to color inside the lines, to follow the path already paved, and to stay in our lane. But if history has taught us anything, it is this: the greatest achievements have come from those who dared to defy those limits. Think about the pioneers of flight who refused to believe that humans were meant to stay on the ground. Think of scientists who shattered the belief that diseases were incurable. Consider leaders who stood tall in the face of injustice, refusing to accept the status quo. They all had one thing in common: they refused to let society's limits define them. Yet, challenging limits isn't about grand gestures alone. It's also about the everyday moments. It's about saying, I can, when others say you can't. It's about pushing yourself to run a little farther, to speak a little louder, to dream a little bigger. It's about believing in your potential when the world around you isn't convinced. And in those small moments of defiance, we find the seeds of greatness. Imagine a world where everyone accepted limits without question. No new inventions, no breakthroughs, no progress. Comfort zones would become cages, and ambition would wither under the weight of fear. But when we challenge limits, we breathe life into possibility. We create space for innovation, for change, for hope. We have the power to reshape our future by refusing to let societal boundaries define who we are or what we can achieve. Every time we push against those walls, we widen the horizon for ourselves and for those who come after us. It takes courage, it takes resilience, but it also takes a refusal to settle for anything less than what we know we are capable of. So let the doubts fuel your determination. Let the naysayers sharpen your resolve. Let the limits set by society become the launch pad for your greatest achievements, because limits only exist if we allow them to. The question is, will you? Will you challenge the limits society sets, or will you rise above them and redefine what's possible? The choice is yours. Overcoming internal barriers. Today, I want to speak about a force that has the power to either propel us forward or hold us back, a force not external, but internal. This force isn't the obstacles outside of us, it's the barriers we build within. These barriers are the quiet whispers of doubt, the heavy weight of fear, and the persistent echoes of past failures that replay in our minds. But the good news is, if these barriers are built from within, they can also be dismantled from within. Think about a time when you held yourself back. Maybe it was a moment when you knew deep down you had the capability, yet something inside made you hesitate. The hesitation isn't just a moment, it's a manifestation of an internal barrier. We tell ourselves stories, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, what if I fail? These narratives are constructed piece by piece over time, but they are not the truth. They are interpretations, often built from fear, and fear, my friends, is a poor storyteller. Fear thrives in the unknown. It paints the future in the darkest shades possible, convincing us that staying still is safer than moving forward. But staying still isn't safety, it's stagnation. Imagine a bird refusing to fly because it fears falling. It never discovers the strength of its wings. Similarly, when we allow our internal barriers to confine us, we miss out on discovering who we truly are and what we're truly capable of. And let's not forget the barrier of perfectionism. How many of us have waited for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect version of ourselves to take action? Perfection is an illusion. There is no perfect time. There is only now. Every great achievement was born from a moment of courage, not a moment of perfection. We often look at successful people and think they're fearless, but that's a myth. They feel fear just like you and me. The difference is that they've learned to push through it, to confront those internal barriers and say, I see you, but I'm moving forward anyway. They've turned fear into fuel, using it to drive their dreams rather than derail them. So how do we overcome these barriers? It begins with awareness. Recognize the stories you're telling yourself. Challenge them. Ask, is this really true? More often than not, you'll find that those barriers are based on assumptions rather than facts. And once you see them for what they are, they begin to lose their power. Then comes the action, small, consistent steps forward. Every step chips away at the wall. Every time you act despite your fear, you weaken that internal barrier. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than you believed. Over time, those small victories accumulate, and you start to build momentum. Remember, every great mountain once seemed insurmountable until someone dared to climb. And every climber starts with a single step. Today, let that be you. Let today be the day you take that first step toward overcoming your internal barriers. Not because the fear is gone, but because you've decided that your dreams are bigger than your doubts. Feel the value of resilience and persistence. Today we gather here not just to discuss a concept, but to ignite a spark, one that has the power to transform lives and shape destinies. I'm talking about resilience and persistence, two qualities that have fueled the greatest achievements of humanity and empowered individuals to rise above adversity. Resilience is the strength that keeps us standing when the winds of life blow against us. It's that inner power that allows us to endure, to adapt, and to overcome. But resilience alone is not enough. It needs its relentless partner, persistence. Persistence is the fuel that keeps us moving forward when the path is steep, when the road is long, and when every fiber of our being screams to give up. I think about the great inventors, the pioneers, and the visionaries of our time. They were not immune to failure. They faced setbacks that would have made most of us walk away. Thomas Edison, after countless failed attempts at inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset, that unwavering commitment to keep going despite the odds, is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. We live in a world where instant gratification is glorified. Success stories are often reduced to headlines that overlook the long nights, the tears, the sacrifices, and the doubts. But real success is forged in the fires of failure and tempered by the steel of persistence. Every setback, every rejection, every moment of despair is not a sign to stop, but a call to rise. Resilience doesn't mean never falling, it means rising every time you fall. It's about standing tall, even when the weight of the world seems unbearable. Persistence isn't about mindless repetition, it's about learning, evolving, and pushing forward with purpose. Together, resilience and persistence create an unstoppable force capable of turning the impossible into reality. Look around you, every person here has faced their own battles. Some may be fighting them right now, but within each of us lies a wellspring of strength, waiting to be tapped. The human spirit is remarkable not because it avoids struggle, but because it thrives in spite of it. And when we embrace resilience and persistence, we unlock a potential far greater than we ever imagined. Let's take this moment to remember every challenge is an opportunity, every setback is a setup for a comeback, and every failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. Vision, seeing yourself as capable. Vision is the ability to see beyond the present moment, beyond the obstacles in front of you, and into a future where your potential is fully realized. It's the quiet confidence that whispers, "I can." Seeing yourself as capable isn't just about skills or talent, it's about the mindset that fuels everything you do. It's about believing in your capacity to learn, to grow, and to overcome, even when the path forward is anything but clear. Think of a mountain climber standing at the base of a towering peak. The summit is shrouded in clouds, the climb steep and unforgiving. Yet, in that climber's heart, there's no question of capability. They see themselves at the top, not because they ignore the challenge, but because they've embraced it. That vision propels each step, no matter how treacherous the terrain. It's not just the strength of their legs that carries them upward, it's the strength of their belief. Now apply that to your life. How often do we stand at the base of our own mountains, staring up at goals that seem insurmountable? The weight of doubt, fear, and past failures can cloud our vision. But what if, for a moment, you chose to see yourself differently? What if you looked in the mirror and saw not just who you are today, but who you're becoming? Every great achievement begins with someone who dared to see themselves as capable before anyone else did. Capability isn't about perfection, it's about perseverance. It's about acknowledging that you don't have all the answers right now, but trusting that you have what it takes to find them. When you see yourself as capable, you begin to take ownership of your story. You stop waiting for permission to pursue your dreams and start giving yourself the permission to try to fail and to rise again. Think back to a time when you succeeded at something that once seemed impossible. Maybe it was learning a new skill, overcoming a personal challenge, or leading others through adversity. Remember how that success felt. It wasn't just the outcome that mattered, it was the realization that you were capable all along. That realization is your power. It's the fuel that turns hesitation into action, fear into courage, and dreams into reality. Seeing yourself as capable also means surrounding yourself with those who lift you higher. The people you choose to walk alongside can either reinforce your vision or diminish it. Seek out those who remind you of your strength when you forget, who challenge you to grow, and who celebrate your wins with as much enthusiasm as their own. But most importantly, learn to be that person for yourself. Be the voice that encourages you when the world is silent. Be the hand that lifts you when no one else is around. When you cultivate a vision of capability, you ignite a spark that can light up not just your path, but the paths of those around you. Your belief in yourself is contagious. It inspires others to look at their own mountains with fresh eyes, to see possibilities where once there were only limitations. So when you think about vision, remember this, it starts with seeing yourself not as you are today, but as who you are becoming. See yourself as strong. See yourself as resilient. See yourself as capable. Because when you do, you'll find that the world starts to see it too. And that is the beginning of something extraordinary. Oh, the action, why not you? When we look at the world around us, at those who lead, those who innovate, those who make history, it's easy to believe they possess something extraordinary. We often think greatness is reserved for a select few, people born into privilege or blessed with rare talents. But here's the truth, the people who change the world are not always the smartest, the richest, or the most talented. They are the ones who dare. They are the ones who decide. Every great achievement begins with a single thought, why not me? That thought is the spark that ignites revolutions, creates legacies, and shifts the course of history. It's a question that demands courage to ask, but even more courage to answer. Yet too often, we silence it with self-doubt. We tell ourselves, I'm not ready, I don't have what it takes, or someone else will do it better. But what if you are exactly what the world needs? What if your unique perspective, your untapped potential, and your relentless spirit are the missing pieces to a puzzle no one else can solve? Think about the challenges you've overcome. The resilience you've shown in moments when giving up would have been easier. Those moments weren't accidents, they were preparation. Life has been shaping you, strengthening you, and equipping you for something greater. Look around at those who have dared to rise. Were they free from fear? No. Were they guaranteed success? Absolutely not. But they acted anyway. They dared to believe in possibilities beyond their limitations. They asked themselves, why not me? And then they answered that question with action. And now it's your turn. Your dreams aren't random, they are a call to action. That vision burning inside you is not there to tease or torment you. It's there to awaken you, to remind you that you are capable of more than you realize. You have the power to inspire, to create, and to lead. The next time you catch yourself admiring someone else's success, pause and ask yourself, why not me? If they can overcome fear, so can you. If they can rise from failure, so can you. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that someone else is more deserving. But they aren't. You are. It's your time to step forward. It's your time to rise. So why not you? Why not now? As you leave here today, I want you to carry one powerful thought. Why not you? Why not be the one who defies the odds, shatters expectations, and turns dreams into reality? The only thing standing between you and your potential is the belief that you can. Remember, greatness isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone bold enough to claim it. So step forward. Take that chance. Dare to believe in yourself when no one else does. Because when you ask, why not me, you open the door to possibilities you never imagined. And the world, it won't just notice, it will follow. Your time is now. Why not you? Thank you.